We'll be talking on how you can start up a business without money. Yes, you heard me right. How you can start up a business without money, without capital. And I'm sure as I'm saying this now, you'll be like, Mr. Davzi, what are you saying? Starting up a business without money. How is that possible? Is that even possible for one to start up a business without money? So that's here, you don't even know what you're talking about, right? The kind of business I want to do, right? It requires equipment, it requires tools, it requires a whole lot of things, humans, team, and a whole lot of things. So how can I get all of these things without money? So, Mr. Dazi, I don't understand. What are you saying? If that's the question you're asking, chill, relax, right? That's the point of this content, right? In short, this is a podcast. So that's the point of this podcast, to show you how you can start up a business, how you can start up your own business, right? That idea that you've had for a very long time, that you don't know where to start from, because you don't have the money. The idea look very big right now because for you to do this particular thing, it requires tons of money, plenty money, and you're like, where do I start from? This content is meant for you, right? This is a content for you to show you how you can start that big idea with zero naira, with $0, with zero whatsoever thing that is your currency, right? That was what we're talking about here. So before we go into this, the heart of this particular podcast, I want to start by saying my name is David George, and I'm known as Mr. Davzia. I am the founder and CEO of Davzia X. And the reason why you have to be on this content, to listen to the points I want to make, right? To listen to the strategies I want to give you, right? In building that big business that you have in your head right now, that big idea, right? That you have, that you've been struggling with bringing it right into the world. I'm going to show you, right? And the reason why I can show you that is because I started my own brand, right? With nothing, right? Like I said, I'm the founder and CEO of Davzia X, which is the parent company to a whole lot of brands like Skillzonia, iPromoters, SM Growthia, Davzia Films, and a whole lot of brands, right? And so let's get into it. So, what will you learn in this particular content? What will you learn in this particular podcast? In this podcast, you'll be learning a lot, right, on how you can start up your business with zero capital, with zero naira, with $0. And not just how you can start up your business with zero naira or $0 or whatsoever amount, right, or whatsoever currency you're dealing with, right? I will be showing you strategies, right, you can implement from now, from today, that you start building that big business that you have at the back of your mind, that big business that is currently in your head. I will show you the strategies, things that are involved, right? Things you need to do now, things you need to know for you to bring that idea to the world. That's what I'll be doing here. And so I want you to stick around. Don't run away, right? I'm sure it sounds like it is impossible because of the idea you have is very big, and you feel like it requires just money to bring this idea to the world. Yes, you are not wrong. You are very correct. Very, very correct. It requires money. Without money, there's no way you can build it to the stage where you want to build it to. You can't build it to the stage of what you are seeing in your head right now, what you're seeing in your mind without money. But now that you don't have the money, what do you do? Now that you don't have the money, is it that you have to wait for whenever you have the money? And how do you even get the money in the first place? Money doesn't just come magically like that, right? Money don't just appear in your account like that, and no one gives anybody money that they've not seen anything tangible from them. And so, for anybody to invest in your business, or for anyone to give you money to invest into this big idea that you have, you need to be able to do some things first. And so, what I'm trying to say is that money is very, very important. Don't just take the title of this podcast, right, and say, "Oh, Mr. David said money is not important, so there's no point me chasing money. There's no point me following money. There's no point I'm trying to get money, right, to start up my business. Let me just sit around and listen to what he has to say, and then I just do that." No, right? The goal of the strategies I'm about to give to you is to help you get the money that you need to start up that business, right? But again, I'm still on the point that money is not really important when starting up a business. Money is not that is not the number one thing you need to focus on when starting up a business. And so let's get into it. Now that I've said all of this, you might be wondering, okay, Mr. Davzia, if money is not important, what then is important, right? If money is not the capital I need to start up my business, to start up my brand, to start up that big idea I have at the back of my mind right now, what then is important, Mr. Davzia? Right? If that's what you're asking, chill, relax, relax, because that's what we're here for. So, the two major capitals, right? Two major capitals you need to build a business, the two major capital you need to build a brand, the two major capital you need, right, to bring that idea you have to life is one, the money capital, which is the one every single one of us know of, right? Every single person that have not done business before, they feel like the only way you can start up a business is when you have the money capital, and that's the major capital actually. And I won't even say major, right? In short, the next one I'm about to say is major capital, right? But money is very important. And so that's one most people know of, money capital. And number two, which is the one we are going to focus here in this podcast, and that is time capital. Time capital. And at this point, I know you are like, okay, Mr. Dazia, how is time a capital? How can time be capital? How can I use time to start up my business? Mr. Dazia, what are you even saying, right? If you are still wondering and you're still having a lot of arguments with yourself at the back of your mind, chill, right? Chill, relax. That's what we are here, right? And that's what I'm about to help you with. So, time capital, very important. All right. Um so money capital, right? Money, like I said, right, is very important. Money is very important. Without money, you can't buy the equipments you need for you to build your business. Without money, you can't get the tools you need for your business, right? Depending on the kind of business you're going for. Without money, you can't employ the right team, the right people, right, to help you build this business, because you will need that. It is very important. You will need it at the course of your journey. You will need it. Without money, you can't invest into marketing. Without money, you can't do promotion. Without money, you can't do all of these things, right, to the maximum. In as much as you can do all of these things, right, uh, uh, um, but without money you can't do them to the maximum. And that is why you need to understand the second capital that is required for you to be able to build your business, because I'm sure you know, no one has the kind of money that they need, right, to build the kind of business that they want just lying around. Most people don't have that kind of money, right? For you to build a real business, right, it requires tons and tons and tons of money, plenty money for you to build a real business. And so no one has that kind of money just lying around somewhere. And even if you have maybe rich aunties, rich uncles, rich friends, and a whole lot of other people like that. No, no wise investor, no wise investor, again, get this right. No wise investor will take their hard earned money and give to someone that they've not seen any result from yet. And so no, don't think that your friends are bad for saying no. I can't give you this money, and you know that they actually have the money. Don't think that they are bad. They are not bad people. Don't think your parents are wicked because they are not giving you the money you need for you to start up your brand, for you to start up your business. They are not evil people, right? You just have to understand that nobody that is wise, a wise investor, will take out their hard-earned money and invest into something that they are not seeing result from yet. And so for you to get money from maybe the bank, your relative, your loved ones, and if you want to collect money from people like that, right, you need to be able to show something first. And at the same time, right, for you to gather the kind of plenty money that you need, you might maybe have to work for it first, maybe work for a business, work for a brand, and do some other stuff, right? And so money don't just appear magically. So, and that is why the second capital is very, very important, which is the capital of time. You see, time capital is the most important capital, because if you know how to use the time capital, right, you can get whatsoever thing you want. And that's why it is very, very important. Again, time capital is very, very, very important. If you must win as a as a business, right, if you must win as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to understand how to play with time capital. Very, very, very important. Very, very important. You see, the problem with a lot of people that have not gone into business is because they look at big brands out there, they look at big businesses out there, and they see that those businesses are making plenty money. Why? Because they are investing plenty money. Why? Because they have a lot of tools. Why? Because they have a lot of equipment. Why? Because they have a lot of people working with them, and they feel like the only way they can start up their own business is by doing same thing that those big businesses out there are doing. But that is not true. That's not true. Again, that is not true. If you must win as a business, right, you have to study what other big brands that you're seeing out there, right, you have to study what they did, right, to get to the point where they are today. You have to be able to understand what they did. No big brand out there that you are seeing and you are wishing you are like them, right, started with the kind of, with the level that they are right now. They did not start at that particular level. They started with nothing. Most of them, those big brands that you see that can stand the test of time, right, they started with nothing. You have to understand this. Very, very important. You have to understand this. They started with nothing. And so stop looking at people's final point, people's destination, and then using it to compare with your own starting point. No. If you must follow their step, you have to understand how they got to that particular place they are. And for most brands, it started with a visionary, right? The person that started the business, right, it started with one single person. And so for most brand, right, it started with that single person investing their time, their effort, their everything they have to build that particular business you see. And so at this point, I'm sure you are getting what I'm saying, right? Gradually. And if you still don't understand, just chill, because I will still go deep into this time capital so you understand it properly. So you can know how you can implement it into your own special idea, into your own big idea that you have right now, to put that your idea into the real world. And so if at this point you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because here I'll be showing you strategies, ways in which you can make plenty money, in which you can build the business of your dream, in which you can win as an entrepreneur. And that is why you need to subscribe, because contents like this, all right, will always work on contents like this, post contents like this, and do content like this to help you achieve your goal. So if you've not done that, make sure you subscribe. All right, and don't forget to like this video as you're on it, right? So um time capital, that's what we're talking about, right? So what is even time capital? You've been talking about time capital, Mr. Dazier, for a very long time. Time capital, time capital, time capital, time capital. What is this time capital we're talking about? What is this time capital you've been talking about since? I want to understand, Mr. Dazier. All right, so let's talk about the time capital. So what is time capital? Right now, time capital is you, right, investing your time, right, and the current resources you have available to you to build that big idea that you have at the back of your mind right now, to build that big business, right, you want to build. And so time capital, right, is Okay, let me make an example. Let's say I want to build a business, a brand. Okay, let's talk about one of my brand. Let's say I want to build Davzio Films, one of my brand, which is a film and video production brand. We shoot videos, we produce uh, um, music videos. We shoot music videos. We cover events. We shoot wedding films. We shoot movies and all that, right? That is the goal. That is the big idea. We want to build a brand, right? To a point where we shoot all of these things. We work on all of these things, right? And you have to understand that for us to build this brand, right, to this particular level where we can produce real movies, right? Big time movies that will be seen all across the globe, right? You have to understand that there are a lot of things involved. You need to get equipments, very, very important. And one single camera right now in my currency in Nigeria, right, cost that is cinema camera, cost millions of naira, right? You have to understand that if you want to shoot movies, you don't just need one camera, right? You need multiple cameras to shoot from different angles. So now we are talking about millions here from cameras alone. You need sound equipment, you need lighting equipment, you need a whole lot of other equipments, right, for you to shoot your movie. You need studio, you need a whole lot of things. You need good computers, right, that can edit very fast, right, with good processing power and all that. You need storage space. You need to store because after shooting you have to store before you edit. You need a whole lot of things that if you calculate, you see that you are getting into the hundreds of millions of naira. If you are in my country, Nigeria, right, the hundreds of millions of naira already. Not just that, for you to produce movies, you need people that will act. And these people, you also pay them millions of naira again. And so at this point, you might not have that kind of money. We might not have that kind of money. How do we go about this? How do we go about this? How do we go about producing movies, right? That will be seen all across the globe. How do we go about producing cinematic kind of movies when we don't have anything? And this is where time investment comes in. Me now as the visionary, right? Me now as the founder, me now as the person that have the idea, because I want to build this, and at a particular point in time I want to build our own streaming platform that will compete with big brands out there. And all of these things require plenty of money. So how do I go about it right now? This is where strategies comes in. Here is where you play with strategies, because you cannot achieve big things without playing with strategy. And another thing you have to understand is big ideas take time. You see, the reason why a lot of people fail easily is because of this lack of patience. Their impatience, right, is what makes people fail. And that's the reason why a lot of people chase this money capital, and they feel like it is money. I just need money for me to start up my business. Money. See, I'm telling you, if you've not done business before, right, and you have a very big idea and you feel money is a problem and someone gives you money, I'm telling you, give yourself a little bit of time. You will waste that money and that business will not go in anywhere. And at the end of the day, you'll be owing a lot of people money, right? First, you have to invest time. And the good thing about investing time is that it helps you understand the business better. It helps you get to the point that people easily trust you to invest into you. Because remember, people don't invest into businesses, they invest into the person that is running the business. You have to understand this. Because your ideas sound very sweet and sexy does not mean that people will want to invest into your idea. You have to understand this. It is very, very important you understand this. That your business, your idea sounds very nice does not mean that people will just throw in money and offer you money like that. A lot of people have good ideas out there. If you feel like you have the best idea, I'm telling you, go out there and start asking people one after the other. Do you have any good business idea? What is your business idea? What is the idea that if you have money today you want to implement on? And you see that people have even better idea that is far better than yours. And so why should anyone give them money? Any the reason why anyone will give you money is because they trust that you can actually, as the driver of your idea, as a driver of your business, as a driver of your company, they trust that you can get your business to that point, to that destination you've promised you can get it to. Very, very important. You have to understand this. This is very, 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 very important. A lot of people don't understand this, and that is the reason why they fail on time. Time investment, time capital is the most important capital that you invest into your business when starting. Now, I'm sure you just heard what I said. When starting, you need this particular capital. There's time for the money capital, and there's time for time capital. There's a point where you invest the time capital into your business, right? And there's a point where you invest the money capital into your business when you are starting. The most important capital you can invest into your business is the time capital. Very, very important. And at the course of this podcast, right, and I'm going to be explaining why it is important for you to invest the time capital over the money capital when you're starting. In short, even if you have the money, right, it is important that you still invest the time capital when you are starting. See, go and study big brands out there. Go and study successful businesses out there and see how they started their businesses. They did not just start the business by investing a whole lot of money capital. No, go and study them. You discover that the visionaries, right, they invested themselves into their businesses and got their businesses to a point where they started accepting money, where they started investing money right into their business. And you see, I keep saying that you get to a point where people will invest money in you. In short, you don't even need people's money, right, to build your business to where you want it to be. And I will be explaining this over the course of time, right, on this particular podcast. You don't need people's money to invest. That's to take your business, to take your brand, to take your idea to where you want it to be. You don't need people's money, right? And I'll be showing you how you can use your own money to build your business to where you want it to be. And as you build it to where you want it to be, eventually people will beg you to collect their money to use for your business. I'm telling you that, right? And so time capital is very, very important. So going back to the example I was making, for me to build Davzia Films, right, it is very, very important, right, that I invest time capital first, right? Because it is impossible for me to get the kind of money I need to buy all of the tools, the equipment, the manpower, because you need team when it comes to video production, right? You need team, people that will shoot, people that will be recording sound, people that will go to scout, get locations that you use. You need a team that will lighting team. You need editors. You need a whole lot of teams, right? And at the same time, you need people, characters that will act your movies, right? And so it is very, very expensive to do that when you're just starting. So how do I do this when I'm starting? Now, this is where you have to play with strategies. You have to play with strategies. And going back to what I told you earlier on, right? You have to be patient. This is where you have to exercise patience. This is the reason why, see, the lack of patience is the reason why a lot of businesses don't survive beyond 2 years, beyond 3 years. The average business, right, don't survive beyond 3 years. And for businesses that even push beyond 3 years, most businesses don't go beyond 5 years, right? The average business don't really go beyond 5 years. And you have to understand that the major reason to this is the lack of patience. People just want it now. They want it today. That's the reason why a lot of people fail, right? You have to understand this. The reason why a lot of people fail is because they want it today. If it's not today, then forget it, right? And it doesn't work like that in a business. A business is like your child, right? is like your child. First, you are pregnant as a woman, you are pregnant, and then you take this pregnancy, right? And that is where you conceive the idea. When the idea is in your head, when you're playing with the idea, when you are trying to optimize the idea and all that, that's the pregnancy period. You are pregnant with this idea. And when you give birth to this child is when you start this business, when you implement this business, you bring this business into the real world, right? That's when you give birth to the child. And when you give birth to your child, you have to understand that this child, right, you need it, the child needs care. The child cannot do anything on its own, right? At that point in time, they can't do anything on their own. They can't eat on their own. They can't go to the toilet on their own. They can't do anything on their own. And at that point in time, you have to be there. You have to always, that's you have to be patient with this child. You have to be there and then take care of this child, feed this child, breastfeed this child, and do a whole lot of things for this child. And at a point in time, this child will start gradually, this child will start crawling. And before you know, this child will start standing. And before you know, this child will start walking. Before you know, this child will start talking. And even at that point in time, this child still needs you, right? This child still needs you as the parent. The child still needs you. And this is it. This is just how businesses are. You cannot just start up a business and then make yourself absent, right, from your business the moment you start your business. It won't go anywhere. You will not be able to achieve anything with something like that, right? Doing things like that, you will not be able to achieve anything. And so you have to be there. You have to be there. You have to be patient. And this is where time investment comes in, right? You have to be patient. Gradually, this child will start growing to the point where this child will start eating on its own. This child will grow to the point where this child will start moving on its own without your help. This child will start growing to the point where this child will start even quarreling with you as a parent, as even fighting with you as a parent. This child will start growing to the point where this child don't even need you anymore that much in their life, right? And so you have to be patient to that point where the child can stand and can live on their own. That's how every businesses are. And at the point where the child can stand on their own, right? Then you can maybe stop investing much time and start investing money at that point in time, just like business. Now, again, let's see uh, back forward. Let's rewind a little bit, right? The time investment we are talking about, and I'm sorry I've been going up and down with my explanation. Please just follow me gradually. We'll get to the point where you and we have to be that you get to understand the points I'm making, right? So you can use the points I will give to you, the ideas I will give to you, the strategies I will give to you, so you can start up your own business, you can start up your own brand and build a brand that stands the test of time. Very, very important. So follow me carefully and gradually. We will definitely get there, right? So now, right, time capital. So first, you have to understand, for you to be able to play with time capital, for you to be able to work on time capital, you have to first understand your business, your idea, your destination. Where do you want to be, right? Where do you want to take your business to? How do you want to grow your business, right? Where do you want to grow your business to? What kind of business do you want to build, right? What kind of business, right, do you want to grow? And how do you want your business to look like? I'm talking about the final points, right? The final destination. How do you want your business to look like? And taking, for example, still the Davier films, I want to build this brand to the point where we produce movies, right? Big time movies, right? Award winning movies that will be seen all across the globe. Final destination, right? I want to have the biggest film production studio in Nigeria and eventually in Africa, right? So At this point, I can't do that. But that is my final destination for Dazier Films. That's where I want to grow Dazier Films to, right? That's where I want Dazier Films, right, to get to. That's my final goal. So now, how do I get there? Mr. Dazier, yeah, you have a very big dream, but you don't have the money right now. You don't have the money to do it. So how do you start up this thing and grow it to that point? Mr. Dazier, you have a very big dream, but no one can invest into you right now. They've not seen any good movie you've produced, right? That can stand the test of time. So, Mr. Dazier, how do you do this? How do you achieve this? So, for me to achieve this now, that's where time investment comes in. And first, for me to start investing my time, I have to strategize. You see, a lot of people feel like there's only one way to the market, right? But the truth is there are several ways in which there's several roads in which you can take to get to the market. Right, in as much as there's one major road right to the market, right, you can still follow other ways. Just that the problem is it might take a longer time for you to get to the market, right? But eventually you will still get to the market if you follow some other road. Maybe if the main road is blocked, right, you need to eat. You have to look for other paths, other ways to get to the market. And that is how businesses are. That's how it is when you are pushing to get to your goal, to get to that big destination that you're going to, right? And so, as the visionary, right, this is where you need to strategize. Okay, this is where I want to get to. How do I get to this place? How do I even start up this journey? I want to produce movies, right? I want to produce movies. For me to produce movies, I need a whole lot of things. How do I start doing it now? This is where you need to sit down. And I'm sorry, there's no way I can answer this, right? Because every single individual have their dreams, their big ideas that might not be in line with this example I'm giving to you, right? But this is where you need to sit down to work on strategies for yourself, right? And maybe with the example I'm using, right, you might be able to use it, right? Use my strategy to play with your own idea to get a very good strategy for your business. So, still talking about Davzio Films. So now the strategy now is okay. And now I want to build a very big brand. I want to build a big business. I want to build a business that stands the test of time. Now I don't have the money. So what do I do now? Oh, so I want to start shooting movie, but there's no way I can shoot movies right now. All right, Mr. Dazia, what are think, Mr. Dazia, what are other roles, other paths you can take that eventually you can still get to this destination? So now what I need camera for me to start producing my movies. I need cameras, I need sound recorders, right? I need lightings, right? I need lights. I need I need a very good computer, right, that can edit. I need editors, that is softwares that can edit, and a whole lot of things. Okay, good. Now, Mr. Davzia, you need all of these things. How do you get it now? All right. So for me to get it, what are other things that are kind of similar, right? That are related to film production. Oh, good. Other things that are related to film productions are wedding films. That is, I can shoot wedding videos, right? I can shoot wedding videos. I can cover events, right? Like events, people that do events every time. Events are always going on, right? Maybe I can produce that is shoot, do the video coverage of events, edit and give to my clients. I can what again? What again? I think. Oh, there's YouTube, right? I can maybe work on short clips, right? Short maybe movies with my phone, or just stories, right? With AI generated contents, right? And post on YouTube, get my YouTube channel monetized and make money from YouTube, right? Or What other idea again, Mr. David? Think, right? This is where you strategize. Now I'm thinking of things that I can easily do, right? Even without me having money. And I will go into how you can do all of these things, right? Without you having money. Because all of these things still require camera, they require a whole lot of things that I'll still need for my video production. But at this point in time, this is where I play with strategies, right? I play with strategies. What are the things I can do right now, right? That are easy for me, right? That I can eventually get the kind of money I'm looking for so I can invest into my main idea. That's the point of this strategy. I'm looking for ideas, things I can do at this point in time, at my current stage, that I can get money from, then push into my main idea. Are you getting it now? Right? This is what I said earlier on. You don't need people's money to build your business. Because the reason why I'm pushing on this is because a lot of people are stagnant, right? Because they feel like no one is investing into their idea because they feel like their parents are wicked, their parents are heartless, they feel like their parents did not do well with their own life, so they can give them money, right? So they can invest into their own business. They feel like their friends are heartless, they have money, but they are not giving to them, and so they give up on their idea because they only think about other people's money, right? If you have that kind of mindset, you will not go anywhere. For every single person that have won in life, that have gone to achieve big things in life, they understand this one thing, and that is control, right? You have to be in control of your life. You have to be the driver of your life. You have to be, again, the driver of your life. The moment you give out control, that's the moment you lose out of that thing you are trying to achieve. The only person, right? The only person that can guarantee your success is you. The only person, again, let me take that. The only person that can guarantee your success is you. You have to understand this. Very, very important. If you don't get into control of your life, if you don't become the driver of your life, you will not go anywhere. You will not get to that particular destination that you've been chasing and you've been pursuing to get to. Because people will always disappoint you if you put control, if you give control to them, if you give your life control. And I'm talking about your life control because there are times that you need to release control to some people, right? But when it comes to your life, right, your life, what you want for yourself, you need to be in charge. You need to be in control. That's the only way you can get to that particular destination that you want for yourself. So now, for you to be in control of your capital, which is very important, you need money for you to build your brand, right? In as much as you don't really need that for you to get started. And that's the point of this particular podcast, right? Showing you how you can get started without the money, right? But it is very important. The reason for all of these strategies is because we want the money, we want to be able to get the money so we can reinvest into our business and build the business and the brand to what we want it to be. So again, right? Uh, um, in case you have other ideas and maybe you feel like what I'm saying does not make sense, right? Put it on the comment if you're watching this particular podcast right now. And other stuff, if you have questions, put it on the comment so I will go through that maybe in later stream, later podcasts, or later videos, right? So don't forget to do that. And if you've not liked this particular video yet, make sure you do that. Like this video so YouTube can suggest it to even more persons that are like you, so other people can find the help they are looking for, find the strategies they are looking for so they can build their businesses. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Very, very important. If you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Right? This is very important because I'm here, always coming here to show you how you can make plenty money and succeed in life, in business, and in your dream, right? So, all right, going back to our conversation. Okay, I don't even forget what I did. So, going back to our conversation, you need to be in control. The only way you can win in life is when you are in control. And so, the goal of you starting your business by investing your time is because you want to take control, you want to seize control, you want to be in control, right? Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. This is how you win. Again, this is how you win. You have to understand this. You have to be in control by investing your time. Invest your time. Very, very important. So now, how do you invest your time now, Mr. Davzia? Please go back to your Davzia Films example you're making, so I can follow through to know how I can implement this into my own business, right? All right, don't worry, that's what I'm about to do. Now, going back to the Davzia Films. Now, as I'm starting the business, this is the time where I need to strategize. Okay, so these are some of the things I can do right now that can pull in money. That has to go to your strategies, right? What are the things that you can do right now that can pull in money, right? And then please don't do things that are opposite the main goal that you are trying to achieve. Make sure you do things that are related to what you are trying to achieve. Okay, so now as a brand that want to build a movie studio, that want to build a big movie studio, right? What are some of the other things that are connected to this? Oh, I can do wedding films, I can shoot music videos, I can cover events, I can even maybe do photography, right? I can become a photographer and use that to make money, right? This is the time that you need to, in short, I can even become a social media manager, right? You can manage people's social media accounts, because when you start producing your movies, you have to post on social media, and so you need to understand social media to some extent. Now, my goal to this idea is, and that's to this strategy, is getting to formulate other smaller ideas, right? Smaller things I can easily do today that can make me money, and at the same time help me to grow to become an even better film producer, right? And so when I can implement all of these things, right, and I eventually get money and start investing into my business, I'm not starting my main business from scratch anymore. I'm not starting my main business from beginning anymore. Because of all of these smaller things I've been able to achieve, right? I must have accumulated a lot of knowledge, right? A lot of skills, a lot of strategies, right? That I can implement into my main idea and get my main idea, right? To the point, to the place where I want my main idea to be. This is very, very important. You have to understand this. Very, 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 very important. You just have to understand this, right? This is how you win. This is how you start up a business without money. This is how you start up any idea without money. Now, okay, so now that I have all of these ideas now, okay, how do I implement it? Oh, Mr. Davzia, if you want to do film, maybe do wedding films, right? That is, you cover wedding videos, you shoot wedding videos, and you produce and you give to the couple, right, after their wedding. If you want to do that, you still need a camera. So, Mr. Davzia, you don't have camera right now. How do you get camera? Now, this is the where you start playing with strategies. Okay, my first goal right now for me to be able to produce wedding films, right? I need camera. That's the major thing that I need, right? Because I need to shoot the wedding when it's happening, right? Before I can edit and give to them. Another thing that I need is I need to be very good with shooting wedding films, right? It means I need skill. I need a skill for me to produce good wedding films that my clients, right, will be happy with. That they can, because of that, they can recommend me to other persons. And because of that, people can see those wedding films I have made and then get to contact me for their own weddings, right? And so I need to go and improve my skill on this. How do I shoot weddings? How do I shoot weddings that when people see, right? They will be they will get attracted to me. That will even get more business and I will make more money, right? So first thing first, I need to learn some skills which are important. First, I need to understand the skill of film production, which is I need to know how to use the camera, I need to know how to record sound, I need to know how to do some crazy things, right? When it comes to wedding, I need to know how to interview people so I can mix it up. I need to know how to edit, right? Edit a wedding film. I need to do all of this. And this is the point where I need to learn all of these things. And then here is when, if you have little money, because in as much as you don't have the capital, right, to invest into your big dream, there's no way you don't have little money, right, that you can invest into getting courses. And you can use platforms like Skillzonia. I'll be linking down. That's our personal platform, right? Skillzonia, or other platforms out there. Udemy, there's Skillshare. There are tons of platforms out there. You can get courses, right, that can help you in doing stuff like this, that can help you learn the right skill you need, right, to implement into your little ideas so you can get to your main idea. And if you are like me and you are like, oh, Mr. Dazi, I don't have anything, I'm just starting, I don't have any money to invest right now. If you are here watching me on YouTube, right, it means that you have a tool available to you for you to learn what you want to learn without needing anything. When I started my business, right, YouTube is my number one resource, right? This is where I learned almost everything I know today. And so you have to invest your time into learning that skill from YouTube. And that is why you are on platform. You are here, right, on my podcast here on YouTube, Mr. Davzia's channel, right? And so there are tons of other creators, right, that are producing contents to help you master a certain skill. And so you have to go through, you have to search. This is where you have to search and filter, take out the things, the ones that are not necessary, right? There are contents that don't make any sense, right? You need to be able to filter out the bad contents, right, out of the good ones, and then focus on the good contents. So this is where you learn, you improve your skill, right? You need to understand how to produce wedding films. You need to understand how to shoot wedding videos, right? This is where you go and learn. You improve your skill. That's the first thing. Another thing that you need to learn is, after you've learned all of these things, how do you even get your clients? This is where you need to learn marketing and sales. Very, very important. Marketing and sales. And that is why you're here, right? Here on this particular channel, on my podcast, Mr. Davzia, I teach and show you how you can become, right, the best salesperson you can be, the best marketing person you can be, the best marketer, right? You can be the best person you can be in building a business, right? Everything you need, right, to build a business, I show you here. And there are other good content creators out there that you can learn all of these things from on YouTube, right, without you spending a dime. If you are here watching this video, it means that you have the resource right now to learn all the skills that you need for you to implement and get your idea running. So, very important. You need what? One, you need to learn now. Talking about the Daziel films, right? After you have your ideas on ground. So, for me to start getting wedding films clients, right? People that want to get married. First, I need to learn how to produce wedding films. Secondly, I need to learn how to get the attention of these people, marketing, right? Thirdly, after getting the attention, I need to learn how to close the deals. I need to learn how to get them to pay me for the service. Now, my goal here is I want to be able to get clients that will pay me even before the due day for me to do the production. They pay me, and then after paying me, already have another thing is I've done my research to know, since I don't have the equipments, right, I can rent. So to rent a camera, I've done my research. Okay, to rent a camera per day is like 40,000 naira. So now I have done my research. I know that, okay, I need 40,000 naira to rent a camera for a day. Maybe the wedding will take like I need like 2 days, maybe the traditional wedding and the main wedding, right? 2 days. So I'll be spending like 80,000, right? To sorry, let me get water. I'm really, really thirsty. All right. So now that you know everything that you need, right? You need to learn the skill. You need to understand everything that you need for you to build this brand. And then you need to learn sales and marketing. First, you need to grab the attention of these people. That's what marketing is. See, for you to build any business, for you to build any business, right? The core major skills. Now, this is what we talk about, right? This is why we talk about time capital. This is where you need to invest into yourself. The most important investment you can make as a business owner is investment on yourself. And we'll be making some arguments, right, on why time capital is far superior to money capital later on, right? And so the most important investment you can make as a business owner is the investment you make on yourself. And this is the time, right, that you start making such kind of investment by learning all of these important skills that are important to the business that you are about to build. Remember, Rome is not built within a day, right? It takes time. Every good idea, every big time idea, right? Every big time dream, right? Every dream that lives and lives forever, right? Takes time to achieve. It takes a whole lot of investment, time investment to achieve. And so, as a business, some of the let me just mention the three major no let me just so I don't bore you with so many stuffs, right? The two major skill that is required, right, for you to build any business is one, marketing skill, very very important, and two, sales skill, very very important. It's even important than the business itself, very important than the business itself, right? Now, marketing is like um, marketing is superior to sales because a lot of people just want to make sales. A lot of people want to make money. Sales is you getting people to pay you, right? So you can give them what you have to offer. And so many people just focus on sales, not knowing that the only way you can make sales is by getting your marketing right. Marketing is the way you pull attention to you and your business and your brand, right? So, marketing is very important. If people don't know you, how do you even sell to them, right? And that's the reason why marketing is important. Very, very important. If they don't know you, you will not make sales. And sales also is like the next thing that follows marketing. Sales is like the lifeblood of any business, right? And what I mean by lifeblood of any business is just like a human, right? You need blood for you to live. The moment all the blood in your body is drained out, you are a goner, right? And that is how sales is to a business. If you don't make sales, that is all for your business, right? No matter how superior the idea is to other people's idea out there, right? If you don't make sales, your business will not go anywhere, it will not get anywhere, right? And that is why you have to master these two skills, right? Very, very important, right? That you master these two skills when building your brand. Another one that is important, right? Let me just make it three. Another one that is important is branding. Branding is like the image, right, of your business. And when I say image, a lot of people don't understand what brand. When they talk about branding, a lot of people feel like branding is logo. I have a logo, I have a website, I have social media accounts. That's branding. No, branding is beyond those stuffs, right? Branding is the perception, right? The feeling, right? The way people out there, right? Your clients see your business, right? And so, for an example, let's talk about the Apple products, right? Your iPhone, Apple laptops, and the rest. Every single individual, right, have a specific way they see the Apple product. Some people see Apple product as ah um, the iPhone is very easy to use compared to the Android device. Android has a lot of feature that gets you confused that you don't even know what to do, right? But iPhone is straightforward. You do this, you do this. This is how you do this particular thing. Very very easy. And so that is branding for that particular person. That's the way that particular person sees this particular brand. Another person might be looking at the brand from another angle. Oh, iPhone, Apple laptops, Apple products, right? Luxury products, right? Like it gives you some kind of class in using such product. So if people see me using iPhone, using this, they give me some level of class, right? That's branding. That's how some other persons, right, see Apple as a business. Another person might see it in a different lights, right? Oh, Apple products are these are expensive, and because they are expensive, they have good quality. And so that is branding. Your goal as a business owner, right? Your goal as a visionary, right, is for you to be able to put a certain kind of image at the heart, in the mind of your audience, in the mind of your market, right? How they see you is very, very important to how they will deal with you. And so there's no just one specific image to branding, right? There are different ways in which you can brand yourself, right? But all I'm trying to explain is branding goes beyond your logo. It goes beyond just your logo. Don't just focus on designing. In short, you can start a business without a logo and build a very good brand, right? So branding is beyond your logo. And some people can build their brand with their personal image, right? And so they can put their faces out there, become influencers, and because they are known, right, as people that, or someone that has done a certain thing that is serving people online, that is helping people achieve a certain kind of thing, people will deal with them eventually. And so branding is beyond just your logo and is very, very important. This is the point where you start branding your business, right? Giving an image to that particular business that you want to achieve, right? You want to build yourself, or you want to take your little idea to. This is where you start giving the image. And again, patience is all you need. Patience, right? You have to be patient, and you have to be strategic, right, in getting to that particular idea, in getting to that big idea that requires the plenty money that you are looking for right now. Branding, very, very important, a very good skill you need to learn. Another skill is the marketing I mentioned earlier on, right? Marketing is how you grab attention. Marketing is attention, right? To make it easy for you, marketing is attention. If people don't know you, if people have not heard of you, right? If they don't know and trust you, they will not buy. Let's even remove trust now from it, right? If they don't know you, they will not buy from you. You have to understand this. They have to know you before they buy from you. No one buys anything from anyone they don't know. First, they need to know you, right? And so they have to see you first. If you are not intentionally putting yourself out there, putting your brand out there, putting your business out there for people to see you, see what you are doing, you will not make the sales you are looking for, right? And there are different ways in which you can put yourself out there, and there are different strategies in which you can implement, right, in putting yourself out there. Going back to the Davzio Films example, right? This is where I can maybe start maybe producing contents, right? Maybe contents to talk about weddings, since I'm trying to grab the attention of people that want to marry, and then so I can make sales to them and make money from them and invest into my main dream, right? So now I can maybe start up my content and maybe conversation, maybe a podcast like this, or maybe a YouTube content, TikTok contents, Facebook contents, and whatsoever content, right? And this is where you have to play with idea. When starting up a content, right, to grab people's attention, you don't really do, because a lot of people are confused with this, right? When they go into social media, they feel like the only way I can make sales is do content for the specific thing I'm doing. So I want to get clients, right? Maybe music video clients or wedding clients, right? And they feel like, okay, the only way I can do this is I produce wedding videos and music videos and posts so people can watch wedding videos and music videos. But that is not the only way, in as much as you can get people from the using that strategy, right? But you have to be able to strategize. A lot of people are doing something like this already. How do I do this now? I'm not, because I'm shooting music video does not mean I'm a music artist. So how do I easily produce contents like that when I don't even have a client right now, right? And so now is where you sit and strategize properly. Okay, now that I want to get clients for music videos and get clients for wedding films, how do I put myself out there marketing? How do I get people's attention? How do I get these people's attention? These people's attention, very very important. Their attention is what you are looking for, right? Not every individual's attention. And this is why you should stop chasing views and chase the right audience. A lot of people are just chasing views. They feel like it is about views. I want to be seen. I want to go viral. It is not about going viral. As a business owner, a normal content creator, right, that their focus is content creation, can think that, right? It is normal. It is okay. Allow them to think that way. But for you, it shouldn't be like that, right? Your goal shouldn't be views going viral. Your goal is to be in front of the right kind of audience. Let me tell you something shocking. There are people that when they post contents, right, they don't get up to 50 views or maybe 30 views on their contents, right? And they make far, far, far more money than people that get 10,000 views from their content. You have to understand that. It is not about the views you get, right? It's about the quality of the audience, the quality of the people that see the content you are putting out. Very, very important. This is what I teach people because I help people with social media strategies and all that. I work with celebrities, I work with influencers, and a whole lot of people on social media. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. Most people, and the reason why I am still on this particular stuff, right, is because most people that come to us like this for strategy or for mentorship or coaching and the rest, their goal is, Mr. Dazia, I want people to see my content. Mr. Dazia, I want to go viral. That's it. If you want to go viral, it's not hard. In short, we have courses, right, for that on our platform Skillzonia. I'll put the link down there on this description so you can go and check them out if you want to understand everything you need to know about social media and becoming a content creator. We have exclusive courses for content creators, right, on the website. And so it is not just about going viral. It is about getting the right people. As a business owner, you are not just a content creator. Your goal to using social media is not just because you want people to see you, it's because you want to make sales, right? And so the goal to using social media is for marketing, not for just views. Now, this is where you play around with strategies because most people, now you have to understand how social media works, right? People don't go on social media to get sold to, right? People don't go on social media to go and buy things. And this is where a lot of business owners get it wrong. They go on social media to just advertise what they are selling. And then all their content is about them. You don't win on social media by being about you. You win on social media by being about your audience. You have to serve the people, right, that are seeing your content. If they don't find value from what the content that you are giving out, that you're dishing out, they will not buy from you. They will not do anything from you, right, with you. And so you have to produce or provide enough value before you ask. You give, then ask. You give, then ask. I've been asking on this particular content, but you might not even know. I've asked for some things that you don't even know about. Like the Skillzonia I've been talking about, right? The example, I was talking about content creation, and I told you that if you want to learn how to go viral, if that's what your problem is, we have a platform. That's me asking, right? But I did not ask in a way that sounded like this content is about that. And that is how you have to play around with your content. Value. I'm here teaching you right now how to build businesses, right? Without the money capital at first, right? That's the goal to this particular podcast, right? And that's what I've been talking about since that's my focus here. I am producing, or sorry, I'm providing value to you. And as a result of you getting value, right, it becomes easy for you to work with me if you need something that I can offer, right? That is how you should be when trying to do your promotion, when trying to do your marketing with social media. And so, going back to our example, I'm trying to build a brand, right? A brand that does film production. And so, my strategy to start it up, right, since I don't have the money to build this brand from day one, is for me to start with time capital. That is, invest my time. Now, this is where I am the only one required, right, to build this dream, to get this thing started, right? You don't need a team at this point in time. You don't need anyone at this point in time. All you need right now is you. All you need right now is you. And that's what we talk about, right? When that's what we're talking about when we talk about time capital, is you. You are the time capital. This is where your investment is time. Everything you give is time, right? You provide time, right, to get the result you're looking for. So, going back to our example, now I want to build Davziel Films, and I want to start by getting clients that I will shoot wedding films for, music videos for, cover events and all that, right? And so first I need to be able to grab their attention, which is marketing. And the way I want to do my marketing now is through social media. Social media is free to use. I can use Facebook, I can use Instagram, I can use TikTok, I can use YouTube, I can use Twitter, I can use any other platform out there available to me to use, right? And so now is for me to invest my time. Now, what's the way? What's the kind of content I want to use to grab the attention of the kind of audience I'm looking for? Now that I know the kind of videos I want to produce, right? I know that my target audience are couples, right, that want to marry. Two, music artists, right, that have songs out there and they want to shoot music video for. Three, people that do events that are looking for people to cover maybe a videographer or a cinematographer to cover their events, right? And a whole lot of other things, right, that I can do, video production stuff, things I can use my camera to do, right? There are tons of things out there I can use my camera to achieve, right? And so, but my first major targets, right, my first three targets is wedding films, music videos, and events. So now, these are the kind of clients I'm looking for, the kind of audience I'm looking for. Now, my strategy now is, how do I do my content that will be able to grab the attention of these kinds of clients, of this kind of people. So again, remember, social media is about the audience, not about you. If you want to grab people's attention, you have to make it about them, not about you. And so, me going on social media to start doing contents like, I shoot wedding videos, I shoot this. Make sure, if you want to shoot your wedding, a videographer to cover your wedding, you want someone to shoot your music video, call me, right? I can help you. No one will pay attention to me. But if I want to get people that want to marry, right? If I want to get their attention, I can do content, right? Content, maybe content on relationships. I can start up maybe a podcast talking about relationship, how to get the right partner for you. Or maybe I can start doing content on how to do weddings, right? Do weddings on budget, right? Contents, right? That I know that the kind of audience that will see and enjoy it are the kind of audience I'm looking for. And so if I do those kind of contents, and eventually I bring examples and I tell people that this is what I do, it becomes easy because they know me already. I have provided tons of value to them. It becomes easy for me to get to grab their attention and sell to them. In short, I don't even need to do much with sales anymore. Most of the people that will see my content when they are ready for their marriage, right? They will call me knowing that I am a professional in this field. I have been the one that have been teaching them, telling them what to do, what they need to know about this particular thing. When they are ready, they will call me. And that's why I told you that marketing is superior to sales. If you do your marketing right, you don't even need to pay attention to sales. Sales will come on its own if you can do your marketing right. Sales is still very important, right? But marketing is superior. Once you get your marketing right, sales becomes easy for you to do. And so I can do contents like that. Then if I want to grab music, that's clients, right, for music video, I can do contents to help music artists, right? Maybe contents on how to distribute your songs, how to get your song to the right persons, how to gain attention of record label, how to do all of these things right now. Music artists are always looking for stuff like that, and I can do my research, right? Search what are the things that these people are looking for. Do your research, right? Go on the YouTube, you want to put the content on. Go on Facebook, you want to put the content on. Go on TikTok, you want to put the content on. Instagram, and do research on things that your audience are looking for. Once you know those stuffs, right, then you start producing content for. That is the simplest and the best way to do marketing in the 21st century, right? In this time and age, this is the best way to do marketing. Social media. You need to learn social media if you must win as a business owner, right? You need to learn social media. Remember, marketing, sales, branding, very, very important. In short, even far important than the work itself. Remember, if they don't see you, they don't know you, they don't pay you to do the work, you will not get to where you want to get to. So it's very, very important you pay attention to this, right? All right. Now that you've gotten the attention of your audience, now that you have their attention, how do you sell to them, right? Now this is where a lot of people get it wrong when doing social media, because I have said, oh, if you go on social media, it should be about value, provide value, give value. Value is what you need, right, to provide. A lot of people take it to the extreme and they just provide value, tons of value, and they forget the core reason why they are doing the content in the first place. The major reason is to gain the attention of the right audience you want so you can sell to them. And so once you provide enough value, the next thing, right, is for you, right, to be able to ask for what you want. You provide value, then you ask. Provide value and you ask, right? Don't always forget to ask. Always ask. Always ask. Okay, Mr. Davzia, what is the ask you're talking about? The ask I'm talking about is once you provide value, right? You ask, you tell them, right, what you want from them. Is it that you will just want them to subscribe? Is it that you want them to like your content? Is it that you want them to share your content? Is it that you have something you want to sell to them, right? That you want to promote? Make sure you always ask. Don't forget to ask. It's very, very important you ask. A lot of people, right, do content and they forget to ask. Don't forget to ask. It is very, very important. Make sure you know how to balance this, right? And at the same time, don't just do the asking without providing value, right? And so know how to balance this. Give, give, ask. Give, ask. Very, very important. You need to ask. You need to ask. Don't forget to do this, right? Asking is very, very important. Always ask after giving. Always ask after giving. Don't forget to do that, right? So ask after giving. Very, very important. If you must win as a content creator, if you must win as as someone, right, that is trying to get to their main goal, you need to ask when you're doing your marketing. Remember what I said, right? If you can do this thing right, you might not need sales for anything because people will call you right, to get your service. That's, you might not need to bother people, because sales is far beyond just telling people to buy from you, right? Sales has a whole lot of things involved in it, right? There's something we call closing. Closing is when you kind of get people to pay you for you to provide the service. And so closing might be the only thing you focus on. Sales is you trying to tell people, this is what I do, this is how I can help you, this is this. Okay, what do you need? Okay, this is what you need. All right, so now this is how I can help you achieve this thing you want and this thing you want. That is the sales process, right? And closing is where you get them to exchange money for you to give them the value. And so if you can do your marketing right, you might not need to do the sales process anymore. All you need to focus on is, and closing is very important. Because if you don't know how to close, you will fail, right? It is one thing for people to get to know you, for you to capture people's attention, and then it's another thing for you to be able to close those people. It is very important you know how to close people. Very, very important. You know how to close people, right? And this is where you need to be able to think. Don't just be impatient. Remember what I said about being patient if you must achieve your goal and your dream. A lot of people are impatient, they just want it now. And so, because of that, they charge too much money or too little money, because there's a way you charge people and people will run from you because it's too cheap, and there's a way you charge people and they'll still run from you because it's too expensive, right? So you need to know the level you are at this point. You need to know, in as much as you know how to do what you are doing very well, right? You need to know the level you are at this point and know how you can get people, right, to pay you for what you can provide right now. Very, very important. So, after you've gotten people's attention and they call you, how do you close them? How do you close them? This is where you need to understand the sales process, the sales skill, everything them. It is very important you know how to close people. Because if you cannot close people, it will be very hard for you to achieve your goal, right? Remember, the goal to these little strategies, right, you are implementing right now is because you want to be able to take these little strategies, right, put it out there, get money from them, and then the money you get from them, you reinvest into your business so you can get to achieve the main goal you've been planning to achieve so far, right? And so that is what we call the time investment, right? Right. And so you need to be able to understand how to play with this thing. So at this point, let's end this stream here. I will continue from this, right? I will continue from here in our next episode on the Money Talk podcast. And if you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because dish out contents like this on a reg, right? Constantly, I give you value like this, right? So that's the reason why you need to subscribe. And don't forget to like, share, and comment on this particular video, right? What have you learned so far, right? Comment. If you have questions, make sure you drop it on the comment section so I can answer them in our future videos, right? In our future podcasts, right? So please, if you have any issue, right, or maybe you need help with anything, drop it on the comment, and other persons can respond to you, and I will also respond to you, right? Don't forget to like this video, right? Thank you for joining me. I remain my humble self. I don't know if I'm humble, Mr. Davs here. And this is the Money Talk podcast by Mr. Davzia of Davzia X. Thank you. We'll continue next time.